for the fact that you actually think or believed that the creator of the universe have to turn himself to an animal to forgive sins actually means that your brain is useless to you. You are not thinking. Yes, just imagine a God you suppose or you claimed created the universe, a God that is capable of bringing the universe into existence from nothing, have to turn to a human being, one of his creation. That God have to reduce himself to the level of a human being in order for him to forgive sin. You mean, you said Jesus Christ is God, right? Okay, let's work with that. So Jesus Christ, who happens to be God, could not just forgive sin and let go, but instead the only way he could forgive sin was to turn himself to an animal. Human being is an animal, I am sure you know. So God had to turn himself to an animal in order to forgive sin, and then he sacrificed himself to which higher deity, if I may ask? Which higher deity was Jesus' blood sacrificed to as an atonement for sin, for the forgiveness of sin? Which higher deity is that deity that God was sacrificed to? Since Jesus is God, so God was sacrificed to a higher deity for the atonement of sin. Don't come and quote Jeremiah or Ezekiel, one useless religious book, to me. I'm not cut out for that nonsense, okay? Because you are trying to prove to me that the creator of the universe couldn't forgive sin unless he sacrificed himself to himself in order to forgive sins. And this actually makes sense to some human beings. Well, I'm not surprised this makes sense to some people who call themselves believers. You are indeed believers and not thinkers. So believers are designed, they are modeled to believe even shit, to believe even the obvious of all lies, because they are not thinkers. A God cannot forgive sin until he sacrificed himself to himself. He had to bring himself, turn himself to a human being for other human beings to torture him, and he was finally executed. He rose again the third day according to the Lie story. That was when he then realized that now I can now forgive sin. The same thing you criticize our traditions for. You allege that our tradition were making human sacrifice, and you condemn this by bringing Christianity as a religion and every other foreign religion. But your God couldn't forgive sin until he also told the part of our tradition, as alleged, by also sacrificing a human being before he could forgive sin. And you believe that the creator of the universe must brought himself to the level of an animal that he also created before he could forgive sins. My dear, I'm sorry for now. Those of you that are thinking in this level, that are this kind of human beings, you are just there, like you are just occupying space. Your brain shouldn't be in your head because it's useless to you.